Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be covering the VR news from September 16th all the way up into the 22nd, and I know I'm a day late on this video, but starting right off, we actually have some bad news in the form of Endreams, which is a popular VR studio which published the likes of Ghostbusters VR, Fracked, Little Cities, and a lot of others, and unfortunately they're facing heavy layoffs that could affect up to 17.5% of all staff, including senior leadership. This is because, and I quote, a challenging VR games market. And to be honest, it's always a real bummer to see a VR studio, especially of this caliber, to face layoffs. But turning to some good news, we have Kayak VR Mirage getting a brand new free update, allowing for real-time multiplayer on PC and PSVR 2, and the game is also, in celebration of this, 30% off. Now next up, Snapchat just unveiled a $100 a month upgraded Snap Spectacles, which are AR glasses aimed for any developer interested, and it has some baseline improvements such as FOV, battery life, processing power, and the works like that. This is a 5th generation product, so it's natural to expect those sorts of things. Now, continuing our focus on AR related news for a moment, Meta extended its Ray-Ban partnership into the 2030s for a multi-generational smart glasses. Speaking of hardware, the Vive Focus Evision was just announced as a hardware refresh for the Vive Focus 3. You can see a look at the specs here, and they look pretty solid, but definitely not something I'm going to be personally picking up. And the Meta Quest 3S was, surprising no one, leaked again. And the price is basically, as expected, confirmed to be $299. And at this point, come on, let's just hear the official announcement. It will be, at the time of recording, actually announced tomorrow, which is kind of crazy. Then we have Thrill of the Fight 2, which comes out in early access for the multiplayer in November. This is great to see a release window for this because people have been looking forward to this game for years. Then we have another game that I'm personally looking forward to coming out also in November, and that's Dumb Ways to Die Free For All. I used to love this game growing up, and to see a VR version is actually really neat. So if you have a Meta Quest 3, and you want to upgrade to the Quest Touch Pro controllers, but the $300 price tag was turning you off, well, it's now down to $250. Still not worth it, considering you can basically buy a Quest 3S at that price point still, but, you know, it's whatever. If you're really into those Quest Touch Pro controllers, might as well do it. And in some saddening news, Minecraft is set to drop PlayStation VR support next year. If you still use the original PSVR for Minecraft, then that's sad for you. I'm sorry about that. And going on to new releases, first off we have Into the Radius, which was ported over to PSVR 2. And I did sort of a review roundup on this one. I was checking out a lot of different sites, videos, see what people were thinking, because I personally own it on PC, so I'm not going to buy it again. And it looks like it's got some fantastic reviews, to be honest with you. Everyone seems to be loving this title on PlayStation. But the only glitch I could maybe see people being a little critical of were maybe a few frame rate drops or some bugs, but by and large this seems like one of the best PSVR 2 games on the market right now. Then we have Exit VR, which is out now on SteamVR, and this is sort of like a liminal style of game where you walk through a Japanese metro system and notice like certain anomalies happening around you. I don't personally know too much more than that, but I think that's the general gist. Then we have Astro Hunters VR, which is out now, and it's a sort of sci-fi mercenary hunting down monsters kind of game. It looks pretty cool. It's $20 and it has online multiplayer. Now we have Guardians of Realms. It's a new mixed reality combat game from the same studio as Swordsman VR, and it's out now in early access on Quest 3. And if you're really into, you know, sword fighting combat games, maybe a little bit of magic thrown in there, and you like mixed reality, I mean, it might be something to check out. And finally, we have Walkabout Minigolf's Cherry Blossom course, which is one of the most popular courses in the minigolf game. It is now a free solvable puzzle via an update into puzzling places. Now, they usually have real places in this game, so this is kind of a cool change of pace. This is a virtual place. So I'm personally really excited to see what other kind of things they do in puzzling places if they get like virtual, you know, environments to solve. I'm a little surprised they chose the Cherry Blossom course out of all of them, but I'm actually probably going to check this out. I love puzzling places and I love Walkabout Minigolf, so it's pretty cool. I don't think I'm missing anything else this week in terms of news. We have the Meta Connect conference tomorrow. Definitely going to be watching that. And then we have the State of Play for PlayStation, which is going to have some PSVR 2 games later today. It's actually, I mean, I'm recording this at 2:30, and the event's at 3, so the video is probably not going to be even up until, you know, until the state of play is out. So that'll be fun to look forward to. And I'm going to be covering both of these and the whole past week of VR news this next Monday once I get back on schedule. I know this is a Tuesdays, usually upload on Mondays, but you know, we're going to get back to it.